Welcome. Welcome to the deep dive.
Mhm.
Today we are pulling back the curtain on something truly extraordinary. We're not just looking at, a decorative item. We're examining a literal tapestry of history, culture, and incredible human artistry.
Absolutely.
We're talking about hand-knotted rugs, those stunning creations that have graced homes and palaces for centuries, holding stories, secrets, and, well, a profound sense of heritage in every single thread.
It's amazing when you think about it.
But we're not just looking at any rug today. We are embarking on a deep dive into the utterly fascinating world of Balutch rugs.
Yeah, and it's a subject steeped in tradition and vibrant history. The name Balutch might instantly conjure up images of, ancient rugged lands or nomadic traditions.
Okay, that's what I picture.
And while those initial images are certainly not incorrect, the true story of these carpets is far more nuanced, more complex, and frankly, even more captivating than you might initially imagine.
Yeah, exactly. Our mission today is to truly unpack the enduring artistry, the rich, often surprising history, and even the practical considerations of these remarkable pieces. We've meticulously pulled together a fantastic stack of sources for this deep dive, ranging from commercial insights offered by reputable dealers like Balutch Oriental Carpets to detailed historical analyses of their origins and unique characteristics.
Real mix of perspectives.
So get ready to become incredibly well-informed about these unique hand-knotted treasures, armed with surprising facts, a deeper appreciation, and, well, hopefully just enough humor to keep you completely hooked.
Consider this your shortcut, yeah.
Your shortcut to appreciating a truly special art form. Okay, let's begin by conjuring up a mental image.
Okay.
If you're imagining a Balutch rug right now, what specifically comes to mind? For me, it's always those strikingly beautiful yet incredibly resilient pieces.
Resilient is a good word for them.
They often feature these intricate geometric designs, almost like a visual puzzle, and they typically come in dark, incredibly rich colors.
These colors, yeah.
There's an immediate sense that they're made with natural dyes, giving them an earthy, organic feel. They really possess a very distinctive visual identity, don't you think?
Without a doubt. The immediate impression you get from a Balutch rug is indeed one of their distinctive tribal designs and a very specific, often deep and sometimes kind of somber color palette that truly sets them apart from other Oriental rugs.
Somber. Interesting.
Well, deep, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Their designs can feel both ancient and timeless, a direct reflection of the cultures that weave them.
Okay, let's truly unpack this then, because the name Balutch almost automatically makes you think they originate solely from the vast Baluchistan region, right?
That's the logical assumption.
That huge area stretching across parts of Iran, Afghanistan, and Pakistan. It's literally right there in the name.
Yeah.
So, are we talking about rugs exclusively from that specific geopolitical region?
Well, that's a very common assumption, and it's where the story gets really interesting, and it's a crucial distinction highlighted by our source material. While these rugs are, without question, associated with the Balutch tribes, the nomadic people themselves, the actual primary geographical locations where these carpets are hand-knotted, are quite specific and perhaps a bit counterintuitive.
Go on.
We're primarily talking about the eastern part of Khorasan, which is a province in northeastern Iran, and a large area of western Afghanistan, particularly along the Iranian border.
So more specific areas.
Exactly. To be even more precise, our sources tell us they are also extensively woven in Nimroz province in southwestern Afghanistan, Sistan and Baluchistan province in southeastern Iran, and within the broader Khorasan province in both northeast and southeast Iran.
Wow, okay.
So while the tribal connection is absolutely fundamental, the main weaving locations for what we recognize as Balutch rugs are actually quite distinct from the entirety of the broader Baluchistan region as a whole. It's more about the pupil than a single geographic boundary,
That's a fascinating and I'd say pretty crucial nuance. So, despite that geographical clarification regarding where they're woven, the core identity remains. They are almost exclusively nomad work.
Pretty much, yeah.
They are, for the most part, woven by the Balutch tribe themselves, or by settled groups with deep historical and cultural ties to these nomadic traditions.
That link is strong.
That really reinforces that profound tribal connection, even with our expanded geographical understanding of where the weaving takes place. And I imagine this nomadic origin also explains why they're typically on the smaller side, doesn't it?
It absolutely does.
Our sources mention they're often like prayer rugs, rarely exceeding 8 feet in length. Why is that specific size so prevalent?
You've hit on a key point. Their typically smaller size is a direct practical consequence of their nomadic origins.
Right.
Imagine a people whose lives revolved around movement, packing up their entire homes and livelihoods, perhaps every few weeks or months.
Right.
A huge, cumbersome rug simply wouldn't work. It would be incredibly impractical to transport.
Just wouldn't make sense.
Not at all. These rugs were designed for a life on the move, making them lighter, easier to roll up, and far more portable. This characteristic isn't a limitation, but rather a testament to their utilitarian beginnings and the resourceful nature of their creators.
So practical, really.
Each rug embodies that journey. Building on that idea of practicality and a life on the move, the historical context of Balutch rugs is truly and deeply rooted in the nomadic traditions of the Balutch people.
Right.
These are not merely decorative items that appeared out of nowhere. They are an intrinsic and essential part of a specific way of life that dates back many, many centuries. This isn't mass production, it's a cultural extension.
And what's particularly striking is the incredible self-sufficiency these tribes demonstrated. Our sources vividly highlight that they historically relied almost entirely on their own resources for production.
It's quite amazing.
We're talking about wool sourced directly from their own sheep, which they herded, and dyes meticulously created from natural sources found in their immediate environment.
Whatever was around them.
This wasn't some industrial process or even a system reliant on external trade for raw materials.
Yeah.
It was a deeply personal, resource-driven craft, created from what was available right around them.
Exactly.
That level of self-sufficiency in their craft, from shearing the sheep to preparing the dyes and finally weaving the rug, is truly remarkable, isn't it? It speaks to a deep connection with their land.
It absolutely does. And what's fascinating here is how fundamentally practical and utilitarian these rugs were in their early uses.
Right, not just for show.
Not at all. They weren't initially made for commercial sale or as purely artistic statements for display. Think of them as essential household items for a mobile community.
Like furniture, almost.
In a way, yeah. They were primarily crafted for personal needs, serving as indispensable prayer rugs, offering warmth and comfort as bedding on cold nights, or functioning as vital covers for animals and various household items within their nomadic encampments.
All sorts of uses.
So while we justly appreciate them as beautiful works of art today, their original purpose was deeply integrated into the very fabric of daily nomadic life, a true testament to survival and resourcefulness.
So it's not just a beautiful piece of art. It's also a testament to ingenuity, adaptability, and that deep resourcefulness.
Precisely.
And it's in these early pieces, those born of necessity, that we truly start to see the tribal identity of the Balutch people really shine through in their most unfiltered form.
That's precisely right. The rugs feature unique, often highly geometric patterns, frequently incorporating repeated motifs that act almost like a visual rhythm, alongside stylized floral or animal imagery.
Like a signature.
Exactly. These designs were never random. They were a profound form of artistic expression, a visual language that articulated and reflected the distinct tribal identity of the Balutch communities. Each rug, in a very real sense, was a woven piece of their cultural story, a portable record of their heritage and beliefs.
And it certainly wasn't a static art form, was it? If these rugs are truly a reflection of a living, evolving culture, they must have absorbed influences from outside over time. Where do we see evidence of that cultural exchange?
Indeed, that's a brilliant observation. What's truly interesting about the evolution of Balutch rug designs is just how dynamic and permeable they were.
Okay.
As the Balutch people, through their travels and interactions, came into contact with neighboring groups like the Turkmen, Kurdish, and Caucasian people, their rug designs began to subtly and sometimes overtly incorporate elements and motifs from these other rich cultures.
Ah, like borrowing ideas.
Kind of. For instance, you might see patterns like the Bokhara gull, a repeating octagonal motif often found in Turkmen rugs, or the Mina, Khani, which is a delicate, intricate floral lattice pattern more commonly associated with Persian carpets.
Oh, interesting.
This isn't simply copying. It's a beautiful cultural exchange, a visual dialogue between different weaving traditions, proving that even a deeply rooted art form can adapt and enrich itself while still maintaining its core identity.
That makes perfect sense. Cultures don't exist in a vacuum. And this brings us to a significant shift, doesn't it?
It does.
From being purely utilitarian pieces made for personal nomadic use, these rugs started finding their way into a wider market. Our sources tell us that in the late 19th century, Balutch rugs began appearing in the bustling Persian bazaars, acting as a gateway to the world.
Right, the bazaars were key.
From there, they rapidly gained popularity in Western markets. What made them so appealing? Why did people in the West suddenly want them?
Well, their appeal was multifaceted. They were seen as authentic, portable, tribal rugs, offering a unique aesthetic that was distinct from the more formal city carpets.
Something different.
Exactly. And crucially, they were also more affordable, making them accessible to a wider range of Western buyers interested in exotic textiles.
The price point mattered.
It often does.
Yeah.
And with that increasing commercialization came a gradual yet profound transition in production methods.
Okay, how so?
While traditionally, these rugs were woven in tents by nomadic women as an integral part of their daily life and a means of contributing to the family economy, over time, as demand grew and communities became more settled, production gradually shifted to more established villages, particularly within Khorasan, Iran.
Moving indoors, essentially.
Pretty much. This was a natural evolution driven by market forces and changing lifestyles.
So a shift from tent to village, driven by demand. This raises an important question, though. Despite this transition from purely nomadic, spontaneous weaving to more settled village production, have modern Balutch rugs lost their essence? Have they become diluted or less authentic?
That's a really important concern. Thankfully, our sources indicate that, despite this significant shift, modern Balutch rugs have largely retained many of the core tribal designs, the distinctive color palettes, and the overall aesthetic features of their nomadic predecessors.
Oh, that's good to hear.
It is. It's a remarkable testament to an enduring cultural legacy, a deep respect for tradition that continues even as production methods adapt to contemporary realities. The spirit of the nomad, in a sense, remains woven into every fiber, maintaining that unique Balutch character.
It's truly incredible to think about the sheer dedication involved in creating these rugs, particularly when you consider the raw materials they begin with and the specific techniques used. So let's talk about those fundamental building blocks. What are these remarkable pieces actually made of?
Right, the materials.
Our sources mention wool, cotton, goat hair, and even camel hair. How do these materials come together? What does what?
These natural materials are absolutely foundational to both the incredible durability and the distinctive tactile charm of Balutch rugs.
Yeah.
Each material plays a very specific and intentional role in the rug's construction.
Okay.
Cotton, for instance, is often used as the foundation, the warp and weft threads that form the underlying grid or skeleton of the rug.
The structure.
Exactly. It provides a strong, stable, and rigid base upon which the intricate patterns and knots are meticulously built, much like the sturdy canvas for a painting.
Got it. And the wool.
Then you have the wool, which is typically used for the pile, that soft, dense, and luxurious surface you actually walk on or touch.
The part you feel.
Precisely. The Balutch tribes have access to high-quality sheep wool from their own flocks, which gives the rug a wonderful, somewhat coarse yet inviting feel. More importantly, this particular wool is renowned for its exceptional resilience and natural lanolin content.
Lanolin.
Yeah.
Like in hand cream.
Sort of. It's a natural oil in the wool that makes it water-resistant and durable and makes these rugs incredibly hard-wearing and resistant to wear and tear. It's a material built to last for generations.
Oh, wow. Okay. And goat and camel hair.
And finally, you occasionally find goat hair and even camel hair incorporated. Goat hair, known for its strength and sometimes a slight sheen, might be found in the selvages, the edges, or as a reinforcing element in the weft.
For strength.
Yeah. Natural camel hair, in particular, is often seen as a mark of authenticity and adds a unique, earthy texture and color. Our sources even note that the use of natural camel wool can result in a distinctive, beautiful beige background.
Ah, I think I've seen that.
A very specific and recognizable characteristic that stands out immediately, gives it a lovely warmth.
That's fascinating how each material has its specific function, meticulously chosen to contribute to the overall quality and unique character of the rug. So, with these diverse materials, what are the weaving methods like? Are there specific knots or types of looms that are characteristic of Balutch rugs?
Absolutely. Balutch rugs are predominantly woven using asymmetrical knots, which are also widely known as the Persian knot, or Senna knot.
Asymmetrical. How does that work?
This particular knotting technique involves wrapping the pile yarn around only one warp thread and then passing it loosely under the adjacent one. This creates a denser, finer weave compared to the symmetrical knot, and it allows for more intricate and detailed patterns to be rendered more clearly.
More detail. Okay.
And speaking of density, the knot count for these rugs can range quite significantly, typically from 60 to 100 knots per square inch,
60 to 100.
with some sources even stating that it can exceed 100 knots per square inch in finer examples.
Wow. And what does that mean practically? A higher knot count.
Well, to give you some perspective, a higher knot count, say 100 knots per square inch compared to 60, means the weaver has packed many more individual knots into every single square inch. This translates directly into a clearer, more detailed design, almost like a higher resolution image.
Okay, like pixels.
Kind of, yeah. And a much more durable, dense, and tightly packed surface that will stand up to decades of use. It just feels more substantial.
Right. And the loom, you mentioned looms earlier.
In terms of the loom, these rugs are almost universally crafted on horizontal looms. This is a very traditional and practical setup, really quintessential for nomadic weaving.
Horizontal, so flat on the ground.
Essentially, yes. Unlike the larger vertical looms you might picture in settled workshops, horizontal looms can be easily dismantled, packed up, and transported.
Back to the portability.
Exactly. This portability directly contributes to their generally smaller size, reinforcing that connection to the nomadic lifestyle we discussed earlier. Imagine a weaver setting up her loom inside a tent. A large permanent structure simply wouldn't fit or be practical for a constantly moving community.
Wow. When you talk about that knot count, from 60 to over 100 knots per square inch, and then the fact that they're being woven on these horizontal looms, often by nomadic artisans, it truly paints a picture of immense skill and patience.
It really does.
How does that translate to the sheer time commitment involved? What does it really take to bring one of these pieces to life?
It's an incredible undertaking, truly. Our sources really drive home the scale of dedication involved, pointing out that a normal area-sized rug, something like maybe a 4x6 or 5x7 foot piece, can take a single weaver up to 10 months to complete.
10 months.
10 months, working consistently 6 hours a day.
Oh my goodness. Think about that for a moment. Nearly a year of daily painstaking labor, tying hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of individual knots by hand.
Just knot after knot.
It's not just a craft. It's a massive year-long commitment of time, incredible patience, and highly specialized skill. It's truly a labor of love, a profound investment of oneself into the creation, and that's a hidden value woven into every thread.
And when you consider that immense dedication, that almost year-long journey of creation, it makes the captivating designs and patterns woven into these rugs even more meaningful, more profound.
It really does.
They truly reflect the rich cultural heritage and unique worldview of the Balutch communities, don't they?
They absolutely do. The designs are not merely decorative elements. They function as a visual language, a narrative woven into the very fabric of the rug. You'll frequently observe strong geometric motifs. Bold hexagons, precise rectangles, and sharp triangles, all combining to create these incredibly visually striking, often symmetrical patterns.
Very ordered, usually. Often, yes. These aren't just random shapes. They showcase the profound mathematical precision, craftsmanship, and artistic vision of the weavers. What's truly fascinating here, though, is the inclusion of very specific, deeply symbolic elements.
Like what?
For example, you'll often find camel prints, which are stylized footprints, and distinctive gull repeat medallions. Camels are incredibly significant to Balutchi tribes, serving as essential beasts of burden for their nomadic lifestyle.
Right. Vital for survival.
Exactly. And their importance is often beautifully and reverently represented in the rugs, echoing their deep connection to the land and their means of survival. You might also encounter the Tree of Life, a universal symbol of growth and connection, or intricately drawn cupolas on either side of a niche in their many prayer rugs, alluding to architectural elements of mosques.
Architectural elements, wow.
There's also a strong, almost architectural tendency to enclose these motifs within a lattice framework, often highlighted with strong white or yellow ochre outlines, particularly noticeable in the borders.
Those outlines really make them stand out.
They do. These outlines aren't just aesthetic. They make the motifs truly pop, drawing the eye to their significance.
And a really distinctive feature that I often notice in Balutch rugs is that powerful sense of repetition, a singular, compelling pattern repeated throughout the rug.
The rhythm.
It creates this almost rhythmic, visually captivating effect that feels quite unique and almost meditative.
While that rhythmic repetition is indeed common and contributes significantly to their strong, recognizable visual identity, it's also worth noting that the multiplicity of motifs can differ greatly from carpet to carpet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. While some Balutchis might feature a more consistent, almost uniform pattern, others, even those with a normal decoration, can still incorporate a surprising variety of distinct motifs within their overall design.
So not always just one pattern repeated.
Not always. Sometimes you even see what we call borrowed designs. For instance, a weaver might incorporate the Bokhara gul, which, as we mentioned, is a repeating octagonal motif traditionally found in Turkmen rugs.
Right, Turkmen influence.
Or even the delicate sprawling Mina Khani, which is a more floral lattice pattern common in Persian carpets. This doesn't detract from their authenticity. Instead, it showcases the open, evolving nature of their artistry, a beautiful testament to cultural exchange, absorbing and reinterpreting elements from neighboring traditions into their own distinct visual vocabulary.
You mentioned prayer rugs earlier and that intriguing detail about cupolas and niches. Are prayer rugs a particularly common type of Balutch rug? And what makes their design so specific?
Yes, prayer rugs, often referred to as marabi, a term derived from mihrab, the prayer niche in a mosque, are actually the most common and perhaps the most iconic type of Balutch rug.
Most common. Okay.
They frequently feature an oriented form of the design, which means the pattern has a specific intended direction.
A top and a bottom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The marabi design specifically is characterized by a central arch or mihrab at one end of the rug. This arch isn't just aesthetic, it holds deep spiritual significance.
Now so.
When a worshiper prays, this arch points towards Mecca, guiding their devotion. So the rug becomes more than just a surface. It becomes a sacred space, adding a profound spiritual layer to the intricate artistry and the weaver's dedication.
That's a beautiful connection, tying the artistry directly to a spiritual practice. And that brings us to the colors and dyes, which are also incredibly distinctive, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely.
They just feel so earthy and organic, unlike anything you'd see from synthetic dyes.
Absolutely. The unique and enduring color palette of Balutch rugs is directly linked to the traditional painstaking use of natural dyes.
Natural dyes, what are they made from?
These dyes are meticulously sourced from the surrounding environment, from plants like madder root for rich reds, indigo for deep blues, and pomegranate skins for yellows, from insects like cochineal for vibrant purples, and even from various minerals and earths for subtle browns and grays.
Wow, all from nature.
All from nature. This natural dyeing process isn't just about aesthetics. It imbues the rugs with those incredibly rich organic hues that feel so deeply connected to the earth, ensuring a unique depth and luminosity. More importantly, natural dyes age gracefully, developing a beautiful patina over time rather than fading or dulling harshly like synthetics might.
They get better with age, in a way.
In a way, yes. The common colors you'll predominantly find are deep, dark shades of red, blue, gray, and brown. These often serve as the main field colors and are beautifully contrasted with patterns rendered in brighter, yet still natural, shades of white, ivory, yellow, or orange.
That contrast is key.
It really is. And a very striking characteristic, and one that adds immense depth and definition, is the heavy and deliberate use of black outlines and black shades.
Yes, the black outlines.
This stark contrast makes the original colors truly pop, creating a visually stunning and almost graphic effect. And as we touched on earlier, some Balutchis even have a distinctive beige background,
From the camel hair.
which is almost always the direct result of using natural undyed camel wool. It's a very specific and recognizable trait, offering a subtle warmth that only natural fiber can provide.
So it's not just the materials and the patterns, but it seems the very landscape and climate of the region are intricately woven into these rugs. How does the environment of the Balutchistan region actually influence their creation and characteristics?
It plays an absolutely crucial, almost elemental role. The broader Balutchistan region experiences a predominantly arid and semi-arid climate, characterized by scorching hot summers and surprisingly cold winters, along with significant drought periods.
Harsh conditions.
Very much so. This isn't a gentle, lush environment. It's quite harsh and demanding, requiring immense resilience from its inhabitants.
Okay, and how does it translate to the rugs?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, this challenging, stark environment has profoundly shaped the lifestyle and, importantly, the inherent resourcefulness of the Balutch tribes. Their way of life, constantly adapting to these conditions, is directly reflected in the remarkable durability, robustness, and resilience of their rug design.
The rugs had to be tough, too.
Exactly. These weren't luxury items for a pampered existence. They were built to withstand the rigors of challenging nomadic life and extreme weather, mirroring the endurance of the people who made them.
That makes sense.
Furthermore, the materials themselves, the wool, cotton, goat, and camel hair, are sourced almost entirely locally from the region's own livestock and flora. This deeply local sourcing contributes directly to the sustainable and eco-friendly nature of these traditional rugs. They are, in every sense, a true product of their environment, embodying both its challenges and its inherent beauty.
That makes perfect sense. It's a craft born of necessity, deep connection to the land, and an inherent understanding of what materials truly endure.
Yeah.
For those of us who are utterly fascinated by this now, what about the idea of actually visiting the Balutchistan region? Is it something that's feasible for someone interested in these rugs, or is it more of a conceptual journey?
Well, that's an interesting question. While it's certainly not presented in our sources as a typical easy-access tourist destination in the same way, say, Paris or Rome might be.
Right, not your average holiday spot.
Not exactly, but the Balutchistan region does offer a profoundly unique cultural experience for those genuinely interested in exploring the very origins of Balutch rugs and understanding the lifestyle of the Balutchi tribes firsthand. It's less about conventional sightseeing and much more about an immersive cultural exchange.
Immersive, okay.
A visit there, perhaps with careful planning and local guidance, would provide an unparalleled opportunity to witness traditional weaving techniques in their authentic setting, to learn about the intricate natural dyeing process directly from the artisans themselves, and to gain a much deeper, more visceral understanding of the rich cultural heritage that underpins these rugs.
See it firsthand.
Exactly. You could explore places of historical and cultural significance, like ancient ruins that speak to millennia of history, bustling local bazaars where the rugs might still be traded as they have been for centuries, and traditional villages, all offering an intimate glimpse into the everyday life, customs, and deep-rooted traditions of the Balutchi people. It's a journey into a living culture.
That sounds like an incredible, deeply authentic experience, truly unlike any other. And it probably goes without saying, but it's crucial to approach such a visit with a particular mindset, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
It's not just about what you see, but how you engage.
Absolutely. Our sources strongly emphasize the importance of practicing responsible tourism in such sensitive cultural regions.
Responsible tourism, right. What does that entail?
This means, first and foremost, cultivating profound respect for local customs, traditions, and the community's way of life. It also means actively supporting local artisans directly, perhaps by purchasing their crafts or engaging in cultural workshops, ensuring that your visit directly benefits the communities you're observing.
Supporting the artisans directly.
Yes. And, of course, minimizing your environmental impact is paramount. Taking this mindful approach ensures a meaningful and mutually beneficial experience for both visitors and the local communities, fostering appreciation rather than just consumption.
So understanding this profound cultural context, this deep, almost spiritual connection to the land and the people, truly deepens one's appreciation for the rug itself.
Without a doubt.
It ceases to be just a pretty pattern on the floor. It transforms into a living, breathing piece of heritage, a narrative woven through time.
Beautifully put.
That takes us beautifully into the practical side of things. For someone who's now completely captivated by Balutch rugs and perhaps considering adding one to their own space, what do they need to know if they're thinking about buying one?
Right, the practicalities.
How best to care for it, or even understanding its potential long-term value. How do you ensure you're getting an authentic piece that embodies all this history?
This is a critical set of considerations for any potential collector or enthusiast. When purchasing a Balutch rug, ensuring its authenticity and understanding its origin is absolutely paramount.
Authenticity is key.
Absolutely. You need to seek out reputable dealers who can provide detailed, transparent information about the rug's provenance, its specific origin, the materials used, and the craftsmanship involved.
Like the dealers we mentioned earlier.
Exactly. Our sources explicitly highlight businesses like Babak's Oriental Carpets, which stands out by offering information sheets on all carpets and employing genuinely knowledgeable staff who can guide you.
Information sheets, that's useful.
Very. Familiarizing yourself with the distinctive Balutch rug characteristics we've discussed today, the specific knotting techniques, the typical color palettes, the unique geometric motifs, can also significantly empower you to identify genuine pieces yourself. Knowledge is power here.
So do your homework.
Definitely. This raises an important practical question, too. Beyond just authenticity, you absolutely need to consider the intended space and purpose for the rug when selecting its size and design.
Right, where's it going to go?
Exactly. Remember, Balutch rugs are inherently limited in size due to their tribal origins and the horizontal looms they are woven on. You're unlikely to find a massive Balutch area rug that covers an entire living room floor.
No giant room-sized ones usually.
Not typically. They're typically smaller, often more akin to prayer rugs or hallway runners. So be mindful of these dimensions when choosing the perfect authentic piece for your home, ensuring it fits both your aesthetic and practical needs.
And once you have one of these beautiful, authentic pieces in your home, which is truly an heirloom, how do you make sure it lasts for generations? How do you properly care for a Balutch rug?
Ah, yes, care. Proper care is absolutely essential to preserve both their beauty and their remarkable durability for decades to come.
So what's the routine?
Regular cleaning is a must. Specifically, gentle vacuuming using a suction-only setting without a bead or bar is recommended to remove surface dirt and debris without damaging the wool fibers.
No harsh vacuuming then?
Definitely not. Beyond that, professional cleaning every few years by a specialist in hand-knotted rugs is strongly advised to maintain the rug's appearance, remove deeper grime, and significantly extend its lifespan.
Get the pros involved sometimes.
It's worth it. It's also crucial to keep your rug away from direct, prolonged sunlight exposure, as those beautiful natural dyes, while resilient, can eventually fade over many years.
Keep it out of the sun.
And avoid placing heavy, sharp-edged furniture directly on them for extended periods, as this can compress, indent, or even permanently damage the wool fibers.
Watch out for furniture legs.
Exactly. Businesses like Balutch Oriental Carpets, for example, offer carpet repair and cleaning services, highlighting the importance of seeking expert care when needed.
Good to know. Help is available. Okay, what about the financial side of things? For a listener who might be considering a Balutch rug not just as an art piece, but perhaps as a long-term asset, are they considered a good investment?
That's a great question.
Is there an investment value to these beautiful pieces?
That's a great question, and our sources provide some truly interesting and encouraging insights here. A good quality Balutch rug is arguably considered one of the very best buys among contemporary nomadic rugs today.
One of the best buys.
Really? Arguably, yes. They have been eminently collectible for decades, consistently attracting interest from enthusiasts and connoisseurs, and there's no reason to expect that to change.
Why is that? What makes them stable?
Well, unlike some other tribal or antique rugs that have seen wild fluctuations in value, Balutch rugs offer a surprising degree of stability for collectors. While you are unlikely to make large, speculative profits by investing in a Balutch rug, this isn't like buying a volatile stock for a quick flip.
Not a get-rich-quick thing.
Definitely not. But a good quality item, particularly one with strong tribal characteristics and natural dyes, should do more than just hold its own against inflation. It's a stable, tangible asset.
Holds its value.
Generally, yes. Furthermore, our sources indicate that carpets from some of the more distinct or less common Balutchi subtribes are becoming increasingly rare.
Ah, rarity factor.
Exactly. Which could certainly impact their future value positively as demand outstrips diminishing supply. So while not a get-rich-quick scheme, it's a stable, culturally rich acquisition that offers enduring aesthetic and intrinsic value.
That's a powerful point, acquiring a piece that holds value beyond just monetary gain. It's clear that buying one of these rugs is far more than just a transaction. It's about supporting a living heritage.
It really is.
So how does purchasing and truly appreciating Balutch rugs actively contribute to the art form and the livelihoods of the artisans themselves?
You've hit on an absolutely crucial point. By thoughtfully purchasing and genuinely appreciating Balutch rugs, you directly contribute to the preservation of this unique and ancient art form.
Keeping it alive.
Yes. More than that, you directly support the livelihoods of the Balutch artisans, often women who dedicate months, sometimes even a full year, to creating a single piece. It's a direct, tangible link between the consumer and the perpetuation of a skilled craft and a way of life. What's truly fascinating here is that supporting Balutch artisans isn't just about charity. It means actively contributing to the preservation of traditional weaving techniques that have been passed down orally and practically through countless generations, often within families.
Passing down the skills.
Exactly. By valuing their work through your purchase, you help ensure that this incredibly rich cultural heritage, these specific skills, and these unique patterns endure for future generations. It's about keeping those traditions vibrant, alive, and economically viable in a rapidly changing world. It's an act of cultural stewardship, really.
Cultural stewardship, I like that.
Ah.
And for those of us who are now equipped with this knowledge, this deeper understanding, what's our role in promoting this exquisite art form beyond just making a purchase? How can we become advocates?
An incredibly important way to contribute is by making informed choices. Purchase balut rugs from reputable dealers and artisans who are known to uphold fair trade practices.
Fair trade, right?
This ensures that the weavers themselves receive fair compensation for their incredibly skilled, time-consuming, and demanding work. And, just as importantly, promoting awareness is key.
Spreading the word.
Exactly. By simply sharing your knowledge about Balutch rugs, their profound cultural significance, their unique history, and their remarkable craftsmanship with friends, family, and your broader community, you help generate wider interest and appreciation for this truly unique art form.
Like we're doing now?
Hopefully. Our sources specifically mention experts like Dr. Hushang Rizwani and Babak Rizwani, who are always pleased to share his knowledge for those interested in the historical significance, hand-knotting techniques, investment value, and overall quality of Persian and Oriental carpets. This kind of passionate knowledge sharing is absolutely vital to keeping the art form vibrant and ensuring its legacy continues.
So we've journeyed through the intricate, captivating world of Balutch rugs today. We started by understanding their nomadic origins and the surprising geography of their creation.
Right, where they actually come from.
Delving into the meticulous, almost year-long craftsmanship, exploring their vibrant, naturally dyed patterns that tell ancient stories, and even touching on their profound cultural significance.
And how to look after them.
And how to look after them. We've learned how to appreciate them, how to properly care for them, and how their inherent value speaks to their enduring quality and collectible nature.
What we hope truly stands out, and what we genuinely hope you take away from this deep dive, is that Balutch rugs are far more than just floor coverings.
So much more.
They are a profound testament to the resilience, the creativity, and the unwavering spirit of the Balutchi tribes. They truly reflect a rich cultural history and an exceptional level of craftsmanship that has not only adapted but endured beautifully through centuries of change.
That endurance is amazing.
It is. By taking the time to learn about their unique origins, their distinctive characteristics, and the painstaking techniques behind their creation, we can all develop a much deeper, more personal appreciation for their intrinsic beauty, their surprising practicality, and their profound cultural significance.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? Perhaps the next time you see a hand-knotted rug, any rug, really consider not just its immediate beauty, but the incredible, often arduous journey of its creation.
Think about the countless hands that meticulously wove it, not by painstaking knot, the culture it represents, and the stories literally woven into its very fabric. It makes you wonder, doesn't it, how many other everyday objects around us hold such deep, rich histories and profound cultural significance, just waiting for a deep dive to reveal them.